Okay then everybody, so here are a few photos and videos of the building project. Here's the car park, and it's a bit of a mess as you can see. I'm going to pause it here so that you can see on screen the beginnings of the new entrance. As we pan around to the right, you can see that they have cut holes in the walls of the old Waipi Hall. This is where the windows and a door as well will go into the Waipi Hall, and so from the shop, from the car park, you'll be able to look in and see the new coffee hub area. Inside the worship hall, things are moving along nicely. You can see various piles of things in the middle, including some of our kitchen equipment which we've retained from the old kitchen. Now over on that north wall, the far wall, you can see cutaways, and these are new cupboards that have been built, and the cupboards themselves are in the alleyway, so we'll have no more dumping of materials down the side of the hall, hopefully. So they're going to be very useful for storing things like chairs and tables, furniture and equipment. As we come around to the east side of the hall there, you can just see on the right some cupboards, and these are being built and will be used for other things in the worship hall. This is the new hub area, and on the left hand side we've got the new curved design underneath some office spaces, and up at the far end that you can see the new extension right at the very back with a kitchen on the right, and on the left a new community food store. So underneath that curved bit we have some rooms. This one here on the right is the community office. It'll be where Jan and Peter will be working. Through the gaps there you can see the makings of a new bathroom, or WC I should say, with shower facilities. That is the old boiler room, which will have new boilers placed in it, 2 new boilers, and this here is a new doorway into the old music room, which we're making into a prayer room. And this is the first time the Corps has had a dedicated space for prayer. It'll be useful for the weekly prayer meetings. It doesn't look very nice at the moment, but it will look lovely in the future. And this is a false wall we're looking through into the music room. Back out into the hub, this is the slope that you walk up onto the next level, because if you didn't know, the community centre, the old community centre is on a higher level than the worship hall is. And we're coming to the back now, where you can see in front of us the new kitchen, the kitchen side of the new extension. So there will be a wall here with a shutter, but we're walking through the wall that hasn't been built yet, and looking into the kitchen where the builders are having their lunch, and that's our picnic tables and benches you can see there. At the back of the kitchen is this space, which is a room for keeping freezers and food for cooking for lunch club and breakfast club. And that white door there is a door into the barn at the back left hand corner of the barn. So back out then into looking at the extension. This is the other room of the new extension, which is the community store, and in here we're going to keep food and toys ahead of our big Christmas initiative we do each year. Back out into the hub just to show you these are new WCs and a store cupboard, and then we find ourselves in the what we're calling the GP room, but it's the old community lounge. And just here you can see we built a new corridor on the left hand side, and this houses the lift. So here's a space where the lift is going to go. You'll be able to get on it's a platform lift. You use it with a key, and it heads up into the sports hall, which is now the Waipi space. Now back downstairs we can see, just to show you, these are the old back stairs which are going to be refurbished, but this is just to show you that they're still there and still looking the same. At the top of the stairs though, this is where things have changed. Right in front of us here, this is the old, what we call the bowls cupboard. It's where the bowls club used to keep their bowling equipment, but that's now formed part of a new corridor, which I'll just show you in a second. On the right hand side here, this is the old boiler room for the community centre. Now there won't be a boiler in here now, because the whole site will be powered by the 2 new boilers I mentioned downstairs, so we've got to come up with a use for that room. This room at the back has been a youth club over the years, and latterly it was at the food store, which was a bit of a pain because it meant we had to bring food down the stairs all of the time. In the new build, this is going to be a space for the Waipi, so Waipi Balancing Company. Here's that old bowls cupboard then, and just to show you the new corridor that has been built into the old sports hall, which, as I say, is now the Waipi space. This is just showing you where the lift comes up. So as you walk into the new corridor, there's the lift on the left. And also on the left are two WCs. So here's a quick look inside one of them, and then into the YP space. And these are all storage cupboards in the YP space that have been built. They'll be used by Davinia and the team, but also groups that use this space during the week will be able to give them a dedicated cupboard space. Now this new room that's been built into the old sports hall is the Love Room, and it's a really decent sized room for our teenagers. And so on a Sunday they're going to come through this door here. Just on the right hand side here will be a tea station, and there are tea stations actually in the GP room downstairs and in the YP space as well. And that just means that people who use these spaces can make themselves drinks and things without using the main kitchen. Those are going to be windows through to the YP space, so you can see what's going on. Now this is the old community office where Peter and Jan used to work, which has now become part of the YP space. It's a really decent size. We looked at whether or not we could make it an office itself, but actually it's just going to remain part of the YP space. And this is just to show you the existing front staircase, which is going to be refurbished and modernised with that timber removed and something like glass screens or something to look very modern.